Sometimes the best way to excel in your business and life is to go back to basics. Gary Wong from GaryWongRealty.com here. I'm the author of the book on Vancouver real estate. I'm shooting a new series, episodes on Bible, business, and belief. The premise of the show is incorporating biblical principles in your daily life and in your business, and how you can incorporate the principles and excel in your life. I'm here with a great friend of mine, Vivian Teng. She's the senior designer at Miix Interiors. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
We're going to be talking about our goals and basically goals from past few years, and also what to do going forward, what are our goals going forward. For me, 2016 was a year of just a hustle, doing as much business as possible, and I just basically ignored family and I just worked. Result, I had a record-breaking year. I sacrificed the family though. I barely saw my children, I barely saw my wife, and suffered as a result. 2017, my goals were a little bit different. I'm going to focus more on family. I want to stay married, so I said I'm going to focus on the family. I wasn't going to work specifically a lot less, but I was going to work a little bit less and a little bit smarter. And so that's what I did. And I thought, my business will suffer a little bit, but surprisingly, my business was even better than 2016. I realized that when you have a great home life, you will have a great business life. In 2018, the focus will be on God. So I believe firmly that your business is a direct reflection of your personal life. If your personal life is in a shambles, your business life will reflect that. And 2018 will be more about prayer and spending time with God and going back to the basic biblical principles that the basic biblical principles that were foundational to me. And basically those include like loving and serving clients and just having an attitude of service. I also wanted to ask you, Vivian, what your thoughts were and what your goals were. But before that, the scripture for today is Proverbs 16:9. Just going to read it to you. It's, we can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. That's from Proverbs 16:9. Vivian?
One of the biggest challenge I have is to remind myself that I have to serve God, but there are a lot of temptation at our work that you're continuously, you want to please your clients, you want to please people.
Yeah.
And then I think that is difficult, like when we're walking my faith, like at work, is that because me and you are both in the service industry.
Yeah.
And then so a lot of times you see that you try to impress them, try to please them, but then the verse that Colossians 3:23 really reminds me that you cannot always please people, because there are always going to be someone that is not going to be happy.
Colossians 3:23. Okay.
Yeah. So there are always going to be people that you cannot, that they're not going to be satisfied with no matter what you do. But if you just remember what is the center of your purpose, what is the center of your work is God, and then that'll be fine. It will be smooth sailing because He's going to get your back. And then everything, if you put Him at the center of the purpose of your work, of your life, and then you pray, and then you ask for His help, you be humble, and then everything will be good.
I like the verse because this Proverbs 16:9 is that we set our plans, we set our goals, but we do our part, and then we leave the rest to God, basically. We do our part. So for you, like in the past couple of years in your business, what were your goals, and how did you incorporate God into the mix of it?
I think for the first couple of years, I was probably like you, I was like mostly just thinking about making money.
Yeah, hustle.
Yeah, just have more work, of course. And then it's still feels a little bit like it just because we are like feeling like a startup business. Like I wouldn't say we are like in this business long enough to be able to just do whatever we like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we can ever be like
Yeah,
that. Where it's like,
not.
oh, I got this.
Yeah,
you know.
probably
No,
not.
I don't
So,
think so.
yeah, so, but this year, like, we definitely want to just focus on just to remember, like, who gave us everything we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like we did not achieve what we have because of us.
That's what I felt this year too. Like in the beginning of this year, like even though last year was a record year, in the beginning of this year, I realized, you know, rather than I celebrated my award and all that stuff, but I thought, you know what, there's nothing to brag about. Like there's nothing to really take credit for. Like if it weren't from my mentor, my clients, my family for their support, my friends and others who have been encouraging me, like I wouldn't be where I am today. You know, so I realized that. I agree with you.
Yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing I want to work on, or like just me and my family as a family business together, is that we want to just to remember and then to acknowledge and to just be thankful and then of what is being given to us. And then obviously we're not going to sit there and just hope that God's going to like put everything on your lap, but then like you do your part, and then but with everything that you get, focus on everything that I get, but not things that I lost, you know? Like a lot of things that'll be people like I used to like think like, oh, why didn't I get that project? Why didn't that client pick me? And then that's something that I shouldn't focus on. This year I want to focus on what he has given me, and then what I feel like that a lot of people are like that, you know, when we're in the midst of like success, and then we forget about God. But when we're in the failure, then we're like, why weren't you here for me? You know, why are you not here for me and stuff? So, but we gotta always be like optimistic and then just be positive of like
I think that's really
cool. So I think Thanksgiving would be one of the biggest thing I want to work on, and then I think by being humble, and then that really just will actually bring me up.
And to you, what is how do you define humble in your line of work?
Like never put credit on myself, I guess. Yeah, but I mean, you need a little bit confidence.
So confidence is different from
cocky.
Confidence versus cocky, right?
Yeah, but just remember that to not to
brag about it, right?
Not to be like, I can do all this because
it's all my own
school,
work.
I went to this.
It's my achievements.
Like,
it's all from my own hands. That kind of thing.
Yes, and I think by doing so, like it will, like God will see it, and then He's gonna like give you more blessings, and then whatever happens, it's His plan. You know?
And I think with that kind of attitude, that attracts the right people. It attracts people, they like that. They like people who, they're confident, but they're not cocky.
Yeah.
And they're also thankful.
Yeah.
And they realize that they didn't get there by their own 2 feet.
Exactly.
I think that that kind of characteristic, it draws people to you. Like people like to spend time with those kind of people.
Yeah. Hope so.
Great. So, we really want this series to be about how we, as Christians, incorporate these biblical principles and how we use them in our business. And, for you, what kind of goals are you setting? And how are you incorporating your faith in your life and in your business? Is it translating across the board? Is what you're doing in the business world different from what you truly believe in? It's all, at the end of the day, it's all about being authentic and genuine, and people will see that. So I hope you found value in this video. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. We read all of them, and I'd love to discuss more about this. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.